My name is Ziba Scott, and I am Popcannibal, and we're talking about how we made Girls Like Robots. I'm really excited to be here. Unity, it's surprising how central it's become as sort of a part of my life, and increasingly even sort of like my work social life, where it's what everyone around me is doing. It is Unity meetups. The Boston Unity meetup is where I met the artist I'm working on and sound effects people. So coming to be here at Unite and talking about it is, it feels really good to be sort of becoming to the center of things. The support means everything. You know, when you're working by yourself in a really small company by yourself or with one other person, being able to situate yourself in a context of other people is really valuable. You know, what are people doing financially in between projects? What are people doing emotionally to make sure they feel supported when nobody likes their game or they need to push through tough development times? And finding yourself within a group of people who are working towards the same sort of goals is it bolsters you. I taught a week-long 3D games development class for middle schoolers. And these are kids who in the middle of summer decided they want to spend 40 hours locked in a lab with no windows, making games. And it seemed like a recipe for disaster. We were teaching them 3D modeling, the Photoshop, and then Unity and scripting on top of all of that. And it just, there's no way a sixth grader should be able to do this. And they all walked out of there so proud of their zombie killing first-person shooters that they all made. They got what they wanted and they were so happy about it. And when the parents came in at the end of the week, the kids were just beaming to show them, like, look, I can fire a rocket, I can take these zombies down, I made this mountain, and they were so happy. I'm very much, this is philosophical, but I'm very much against pre-optimization. And so when we're making the game, I just threw things on the stage as if they were characters on a stage. Placed them around. I didn't worry about my memory allocation. I didn't worry about how big everything was or how fast everything would go until very late in the stage. And because of our careful selection of scope, we actually got away with so much. I have characters, their eyeballs and their mouths take up as much memory and even more processor than their bodies, and it didn't matter, and I put 30 of them up there at the same time on an old iPod, and Unity just took care of that for me. It is a dizzying time to be in games. There's so much going on. There's always an opportunity just around the corner to find a new partner to work with something, to find a new audience or a whole new way of reaching out to people. It can be nerve-wracking because what you just saw someone else have success with or what you did last time, you can't count on. You have to be paying attention to what you're doing, but paying attention to what everyone's doing. It's sort of like joining in. There's a dance going around, and you got to jump in, and it's the steps. You got to be right in time with that to hop in and play the game that's happening right then. And but there's so much going on. It's exciting that you can do that. I love that I can say I'm approaching something from my dreams. I'm cutting through a lot of the stuff I had to do, whether it's technical or otherwise, or and I'm trying to mold things from my head and from my brilliant coworkers' heads to create what we want, and that is really joyful to do.